you back again, and you can stay in that position of bound ankle, just cobbler position with a nice straight back. Last week we talked about tortoise position and about how the tortoise carries his sanctuary with him. So we're going to, so knees are together, soles of the feet are together like Fred had them. But we're gonna step them up so your feet are flat on the floor now. Feet are flat on the floor, knees are still bent. We're gonna take the right hand up, and then we're gonna put it through the space of the right leg that comes around. Hand will come around to the right ankle. And then left arm goes up. And it goes in this space, much like we do with thread the needle. Comes around and holds the left ankle. And we'll just sit here. If we have a straight back, this makes the seam a little more secure. So take a breath in. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And imagine a tortoise living to be 100+ years old, always having his sanctuary right with him. It moves where he does, that circle of protection, just like God's love. So let's take 3 more breaths here, breathing in for a count of 4. And out. Breathing in for 4. And out. Once again, in for 4. And out. You can open your eyes if you had them closed, and remove your hands from your ankles, and let your feet come together a little bit again, and stretch those legs out a little bit if they need to be. It's a lot of work for the hips today. How'd you like that cow face pose? Fred did a great job of demonstrating it. My legs don't go as easily as his do. I have some resistance in my hips, but he's able to take that pose with no trouble at all. So from here, we're gonna come back, swing our knees around and come back to tabletop, preparing for down dog. So if you need to wag your tail a little bit before we do our down dogs, please do. If you need to move back and forward a little bit, you can do what you need to do. But when you feel that you're ready, you can tuck your toes and lift those hips up to the ceiling. And you can bend out your knees here, right and left. Stepping that left knee over with a stretch. Coming back. And then taking that right leg across the left side with a stretch. Back to center. And working it out. And when you're ready, let your hands walk forward into a forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Give that neck a good stretch. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Walk your hands over to the right side, toward the right side of your ankle. And hold here for a breath. And walking them back to the center of your toes. And once again, walking over to the left. And then back to center. Slowly rising up. Coming to half forward fold. Back should be straight. Looking out, hands on shins. And then let yourself go back down again. This time when you inhale, slowly come up. let yourself get readjusted from that forward fold. And we'll prepare for some warrior twos. So, here we go with warrior two. Left foot is going to be parallel with the back of your mat. The right knee is bent forward. And very softly, just let those arms go up. Let them float up there. Gaze looks out over the right arm. Breathing in and out. And a nice stretch. When you feel ready, right thumb goes up. Left arm can come to your back, or it can stay on your left thigh. Lift your arm up, gaze looks up. Nice stretch here. And let yourself come back to warrior two. This time, straighten the right knee. Left arm comes up. Right arm goes down toward the ankle for triangle pose. Gaze can look out in front of you or alongside, whichever you prefer. Slowly come back up. Let that knee bend again. And then step back, hands to heart center. And let's send that right foot back so it's parallel with the back of the mat. Left knee goes forward. And when you're ready, let those arms float up, nice and easy. Loose at the shoulders. Gaze looks out over that left hand. Staying strong. When you're ready, left thumb goes up. Yogi's choice on arm position. And left arm goes up. Gaze looks up. Two more breaths here. And letting yourself come back to warrior two. Left knee straightens. Left arm goes down toward the ankle. The right arm goes up. Gaze can look out or look up. Two more breaths here. And coming back up. And let that knee bend out again to warrior two. Good job. And let our legs come together with the step, hands to heart center. Good job. We're going to come to our forward fold again. We're going to let our hands touch down to the mat and step back to downward dog again. Going forward and back. Bending the knee, whatever feels good to you. And letting yourself shift forward a little bit. Getting strong in our plank, our high plank. Holding for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can let your knees come down. And let yourself take a child's position again. When you're ready, we're going to come back to tabletop. Tuck our toes again. Lift up for down dog. Left foot steps over. Lie back. Right foot steps over. Step down, step. We're going to prepare for pigeon. Next inhale. Bring the left leg toward the front. The right leg stretches back behind you. You can stay up like this, or you can let yourself come down. Yogi's choice. Breathing in and out, aware of your breath in the air. And letting yourself come back up if you were down. Realigning yourself. I'll meet you back up in down dog, and we'll do the other side. So when you're ready, down. And we bring that right foot forward, left foot goes back. And you can stay like this or come down if you want. And 2 more breaths here. And once again, you can let yourself come undone from that. We'll meet together in tabletop. And for tabletop, we'll just wag the dog a little, get our spine loosened up a little bit more. And we'll thread the needle here, preparing to bring that right hand up and putting it through that space the left arm provides. Pushing up with that left hand. Replacing the right. Left arm goes out and reaches through that space the right arm provides. You can push into that right arm. Bring the left out, and I'll meet you in a reclined position. Let yourself lay down here. Give yourself a moment to get comfortable. Feet are on the soles of the feet are on the mat. Let your knees fall to one side. Take a breath in there. Return to center. And let them fall slightly to the left side. Returning to center. And put your palms down on the mat. Walking the heels of your feet back toward your fingertips. When you feel ready, we're going to get strong in our legs and lift for bridge. You can keep your hands on the mat, or you can put your hands together underneath your back for bound bridge. Stay strong in those thighs. Three more breaths of 4 here. And when you're ready, you can let yourself come down and let your knees unbend and stretch out before you. Arms overhead for a big overhead stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring the right knee into your chest. Get a good deserved hug. And work that hip a little bit with a little bit of a hug circle here in each direction, maybe 3 in each direction. Replace that leg, and let's do the same with the left leg, pulling that in towards our chest. And giving that hip a workout, 3 in each direction. And sending that leg back down. Once again, we're going to do a long stretch overhead. Point the toes this time if you didn't before. Notice how that feels maybe a little different. And then come back to center. Let's pull both knees into our chest. Put the arms out in a T position. And let your knees fall all the way to the right. Gaze looks over to the left. Breathe deep in. The air within and around you. Breathe it in. And exhale. 2 more breaths. Returning back to the center. Giving those legs a hug into your chest one more time. Arms go out on either side. Legs fall to the left. Gaze looks to the right. You might want to think about dimming the lights in your home if you want to, or getting a pillow or a blanket as we continue our cool down towards Savasana. Thinking about the cane prayer, what words would you include in your cane prayer? And the thought that God's love and protection does encircle us. And the next breath in, let yourself come back to center. And let's send those legs up, for legs up against the wall. Reverse the blood direction here. Let your ankles cross. Bring your knees in towards you. Bend at the waist and grab those toes with your hands. And let yourself rock side to side. Put your other foot on top. Grab the toes in the other direction. And a little more rocking from side to side. You can release your legs and let yourself lie back into your mat, taking time to check in with yourself for any adjustments you need to make, any tight or places in your body where it feels that you need just a little more movement in. Take time for that, and then let yourself settle in. Soften your eyes. If you want, you can close your eyes all the way and let yourself rest. I'd like to share a Celtic blessing with you. Help me to find my happiness in my acceptance of what is my purpose. In friendly eyes, in work well done, in quietness born of trust, and most of all, in the awareness of spirit in my being. As you rest here during this time of Savasana, my hope is that you will find the spirit of awareness within you. That awareness that comes from God and that peacefulness. And bring yourself back to awareness as I read Psalm 125. Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken but endures forever. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people, both now and forevermore. The scepter of the wicked will not remain over the land allotted to the righteous. For then the righteous might use their hands to do evil. Lord, do good to those who are good, to those who are upright in heart. But those who turn to crooked ways, the Lord will banish with the evildoers. And it ends with peace beyond Israel. The Lord surrounds his people both now and forevermore. Letting yourself become a little more aware of your surroundings, maybe giving yourself some awareness in your neck, and your shoulders, down through your waist and your hips, knees, shins, ankles, toes. When you're ready, turning to one side or the other into the position of a dreaming child. And when you're ready, coming up to an easy seated position. Taking a breath in and letting your chin come down to your chest. Next inhale, arms come up. They encircle and hands meet together. And bring your hands to heart center. Now may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that you will abound in the hope by the power of the Holy Spirit, which surrounds us, encircles us. In your name we pray, and together we say, Amen. I thank Fred, Aaron, and Glenn for their help today with today's recording. And I also want to wish each and every one of you a good St. Patrick's Day season, as we enjoy this Celtic and Irish tradition. And thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.